Hi, how are you today? Today we're going to make our own sundial. So what we're going to need to get started is some construction paper. Now I have two bits. One is a little bit bigger than the other. Need some straws. Just one will be fine. We're going to need a pen and some tape. We're going to need something round to draw around. So I have a plate, but you could use a bowl. And if you don't have something round to draw around and construction paper, then you could use a paper plate, and that would save you cutting out. But we're going to cut out a circle to get our sundial started. So I'm going to put my plate onto my construction paper, and I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to draw around the outside of my plate like that. So that gives me a circle like that. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out my circle. You might need to get an adult to help you with this, but we're going to cut out the circle so we can start with our sundial. So what is a sundial, you might ask? Well, before there were clocks and watches, people would use the sun to tell the time. And so we're going to make our own sundial to tell the time. And you can leave it in your backyard or on your deck or somewhere outside so that you can tell the time without a watch or a clock. So I'm going to cut all the way around so that we have a circle like this. And then I'm going to take my straw and I'm going to cut. So I'm going to cut about an inch up my straw. So I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to put them inside the straw like this, and I'm just going to take a little cut about 1 inch up inside my straw, and that's going to give me, so I've done 1, 2, 3 cuts, so that's going to give me these little things here. They're going to help me stick my straw onto my sundial. Now I'm going to cut a hole in my circle so that I can put my straw through the middle. Now an easy way to do this is if you fold it in half and then fold it in half again so that you have like a cone, and then you can take the scissors and just snip in the corner like that. I've made a hole. I'm going to make sure my straw fits in the hole. Not quite, I need to make it a little bit bigger. And my straw is going to push up inside like that so that I have my sundial. Now it doesn't matter if it's a little bit on an angle, that's okay. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to turn it round the other way. And where I've cut my 3 pieces from my straw, I've now got 3 little legs on the bottom of my straw. So I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to stick it on the bottom of my straw so that it sticks to my piece of paper like that. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this piece of paper onto this bigger piece of paper. Now this is just so that when we take it outside, we can put something on the outside to hold it down. So I'm going to take some tape. Now you can do this with tape, or you can do this with double-sided tape, or you don't have to have it at all. If you have a paper plate, you might not need to do this at all, but just stick it down so that it sticks a little bit. A little bit less tape. So I've stuck it in 4 places so that it sticks my sundial down. So now I have my very own sundial. Now first of all, before we take our sundial outside, we're going to mark on our paper north. So I'm going to put north on my paper like this. I'm going to put an N on my paper. Why am I doing that? Well, when we go outside, I'm going to use my compass, and I'm going to use a compass to find north so that I can set my sundial in the right place. And then if I move my sundial, I'll always know where to put it back so that I can use it to tell the time when I'm outside. So if you haven't got a compass, you can always download an app on your phone. I have one here. This is a compass app. And this, as you see, it moves around. So it has north, south, east, and west. And we're going to make sure that our north on here matches the north on our compass. So we would put this way. So I have north, and this is where my north of my sundial is going to be. Now we have everything ready to go outside. We're going to need a watch so that we can tell what time it is and so that we can make our sundial. So find a watch or a clock, and we're going to head outside and start with our experiment. Hi, I'm heading outside with my sundial. Make sure you choose a spot that gets the sun most of the day, and that way we'll make a great sundial. So now we're outside. I found a piece of wood and a rod so that I can hold my sundial in place. I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to find where north is on my compass. So I put my compass down and I'm going to find north. So on my compass, I don't know if you can see this, but north is that way. So we're going to turn my sundial so that north is the same on my phone, on compass, as it is on my sundial. Now I'm going to add my pieces of wood and my rocks to hold my sundial in place. So already you can see where the straw is making a shadow on the paper, and we're going to use that shadow to work out what the time is. So it is now 8:54, so at 9 o'clock I'm going to make a line where the shadow is at 9 o'clock, and then we're going to do that for every hour to make our sundial. So I'll see you at 9. Hi, so now it's 9 o'clock, and I'm going to mark on my paper where the sun is, where the shadow is on my paper. So here's my shadow, and I'm going to mark just here, and I'm going to write 9 beside it. And then I'm going to come back at 10 o'clock and do the same thing. I'm going to mark where the shadow is, and I'm going to write the words 10. I'm going to keep doing that until I have my clock. It's now 10 o'clock and I've come out to check on my sundial. Can you see how the shadow has moved? 9 o'clock we were over here, and now the shadow's moved around. So I'm going to mark my shadow again. I'm going to mark my shadow, and then I'm going to put 10 beside it so I know that it's 10 o'clock. Hi, it's 12 o'clock and I'm making my mark. I'm going to put 12. Hi, so it's 6 o'clock and I've come to find my shadow. Although the sun's not very bright in the sky, I can still see a little bit of shadow on my paper. So I'm going to make my mark, and then I think I'm done for today. Hi, I've come to check my sundial. If you weren't able to leave your sundial out overnight, you can use your compass to put it back in the same place it was yesterday. We're going to check and see what the time is. What time do you think it is? I'm looking at my sundial. Do you think it's 10 o'clock? My watch says it's 10 o'clock. Our sundial's really great. It really tells the time. So if you want to have some more fun with sundials, you can be a human sundial. You can have a friend or family member help draw around you. So first of all, draw around your feet so that you know where to stand. And then have them draw your shadow. Now you've drawn your shadow. In an hour, come outside and stand in the same spot. See where your shadow is now. Is it different to where it was last time? Get someone to draw your shadow again, and you can see how different it is. Thanks for making sundials with me today. I'll see you next time.